mubyeyi urifuza guteganyiriza umwana wawe ejo heza, gana mu mashuri ya apejerwa ariyo Lycée de Ruhango-IKIREZI hamwe na Emeru Intwari. Muri Lycée de Ruhango-IKIREZI tubafitiye amashami akurikira: Culinary Art cyangwa se ibijyanye n'ubutetsi, hari level 1, level 3, level 4 ndetse na level 5. Food and Beverage Services tubafitiye level 3, level 4 ndetse na level 5. Tubafitiye kandi Accounting cyangwa se ibaruramari level 3, level 4 ndetse na level 5. Tubafitiye n'ubukanishi bw'amamodoka mu byiciro bikurikira: Auto Engine Technology level 3, Auto Transmission and Control System Technology level 4, Automobile Transmission and Control System Technology level 5. Tubafitiye n'ubwubatsi Masonry level ya 3, level ya 4 ndetse na level ya 5. Tubafitiye Tourism ubukerarugendo level ya 3, iya 4 ndetse n'iya 5. Turabibutsa ko tubafitiye n'icyiciro rusange Tonkome. Naho muri Emeru Intwari tubafitiye amashami y'umwaka umwe akurikira: Automotive Technology ubukanishi bw'amamodoka level ya mbere, Hairdressing ubwiza no gutunganya umusatsi level ya mbere, Tailoring ubudozi level ya mbere, Masonry ubwubatsi level ya mbere. Muri aya mashuri yombi tubafitiye abarimu b'inzobere harimo n'abaturuka hanze y'igihugu. Tubafitiye kandi n'amacumbi y'abakobwa ndetse n'ay'abahungu. Abanyeshuri bacu bakora ingendo shuri mu gihugu ndetse no hanze yacu. Tubaha umwanya wo kwimenyereza umwuga mu bigo bijyanye n'ibyo biga. Dukorera kandi graduation abanyeshuri basoje amasomo yabo. Aya mashuri aherereye mu mujyi wa Ruhango hafi ya gare. Ku bindi bisobanuro mwaduhamagara kuri 0788366219 cyangwa se 0722356668. Mwanaduhamagara kandi kuri 0788366213 cyangwa se 0788202285. Mwanadusura kuri website y'ishuri www.apejerwa.ac.rw. Umurimo ukozwe neza utuma batugirira icyizere.
Hello to everyone. I'm called Patrick Shimwe, a trainer in Lycée de Ruhango-IKIREZI et Emeru Intwari TVET school. The module of today is called Engine Maintenance. The session we are going to do is performing compression loss tests. This module is for level 3, but other students also can follow, no problem. The objectives of this module: at the end of this module, every learner or every student will be able to clarify the purpose of performing engine loss or compression loss tests, to follow all procedures, the step from the first one up to the last one of performing compression loss tests. Also to check the faults and the correction of compression loss. Let's start by what we can call an introduction. The purpose of your engine is to compress air or fuel and air. Here I mean air for diesel engine, fuel and air for petrol engine, to get the power that will make your vehicle in motion. Then if it doesn't do that, means there is a problem. If your engine cannot compress well the air or air fuel mixture, means there is a problem. It's the reason why you have to perform compression loss tests, so that you will find out why the compression is lost. The compression loss test reveals the condition of your engine valves, piston rings, and the other component. Because that loss of compression will be produced even by the seals on the piston rings or the valves which is not fixed well. Purified engine should have a compression of about 5 bars on petrol engine, up to 10 bars on diesel engine. Then when you make a compression loss test, you perform one cylinder up to the last cylinder. Means the first cylinder, for example, on the first cylinder, when you get 10 bars, you should not have a difference of 10% on the next cylinders. If you get more than 10% on the result found from the first cylinder to the next one, means you have a problem with your compression power or compression bars. But get well, no engine can have a full or 100% maintaining its compression. Means there is some percentage which have to be reduced as a component, but not too much loss. Then compression loss test purpose. The purpose of your engine valve, I told you, is to compress fuel and air, or fuel or air only. Then it creates an energy which will help your engine as well your vehicle to move. Then a compression loss test is to determine how much the engine makes, and the leak downs measure is the ability of the engine holding that pressure. Means when performing the compression loss test, you are going to check how much my engine is maintaining the compression that generated by the piston. Remind, at the starting I've told you that the engine normally have 4 strokes, but one engine can perform those strokes in 2 times or in 4 times. We have what we call induction, where there is entrance of fuel and air, or air depending on the types of engine. Then you have also the compression, where we are going to base on today. The compression is to try to arrange or to push a big amount of fuel, air, or air into a small chamber called compression chamber. Then the next stage is the power strokes, where those compressed air will be burnt and generate force. The last one, it is the exhaust stroke, where those burnt gases will throw out from the engine through exhaust system and start the process again. That third period is called compression stroke. It's what you are going to deal on. When you lose your compression, means your engine will no longer get power which will drive your vehicle. If your engine can't compress air and fuel promptly, means correctly, the engine cannot make the power needed for normal operation. It's the reason why you have to perform that compression loss test to get what you get wrong with the loss of your pressure or your compression. When to hold the compression loss test, or when to perform a compression loss test. Normally, when you drive your vehicle, you will accelerate. The more you accelerate, the more the speed up your vehicle, depending on the gear you select. But there will be the time that you will accelerate your vehicle with the best gear selection, but your vehicle do not move as fast as you need. Means there is a loss of that compression. You accelerate for acceleration, but the engine doesn't provide the power to move the vehicle fast. Means you need to know why this engine lost the power. Sometimes exhaust gases change their color. When you have compression loss, some exhaust gases can change the color. For example, when the piston rings fails, you will get the oil, lubrication oil, will get into compression chamber. Therefore, it will mix it with the fuel and air, or the air which is being compressed. Therefore, when the spark produced, or when the injector inject the fuel, it will burn together that oil with the mixture. Means the color of the engine produced in the exhaust manifold will change. That is another sign that will show you that you need to make a compression loss test. Then also you have to make attention when your engine is hot and when it is cold, it will not get the same results. Means it is better to perform a compression loss test while your engine is at its normal operating temperature. Means it is not too hot or not too cold. Between they at its normal operating temperature, so that you can get a good result. Because when you will perform your compression test while your engine is cold, you will get a 40 results. Then what happens when the readings are different? Engine compression readings can vary depending on the attitudes or the factor or other factors. So it is more important to compare one cylinder to another cylinders. Then you get if there is not a difference between 10% of the first cylinder we've compared to the next one. And remember that you have not to perform for example, if your engine is 6-cylinder engine, you are not performing two cylinders, then you take conclusion. It is prohibited. Means you have to perform that test to all cylinders depending on the number of the cylinder your engine have. If it is 6-cylinder, you have to perform that compression rate test for both 6 cylinders. Also, if it is 3, you have to perform those one. And make sure to write down the result that you found on the first cylinder, so that you will be able to compare to the next one and get if there is that difference of 10%. If the pressure comes significantly, the problem may be one piston rings, valve seat, or the valve itself. But you have to know if you think that the compression rings is the problem of losing your compression, you have to take a bit or a small amount of engine oil, then you insert into the cylinder and repeat the test again. If the measurement change, you will get that one. It is piston rings which have problem, because one purpose among the purpose of engine oil, there is what we call sealing. Means it will seal the space between piston rings and the cylinder wall, because the engine have to move up and down. As to move up and down, it means there is a small clearance. Also, the oil have a purpose of sealing that clearance. So if we make a test and get low result, then insert oil. The engine oil you have to add will also equal to the engine oil that your engine consume firstly. If you get increased in result, you will think that it is a compression rings on the piston rings which have a 40. If not, you will think another issue. Therefore, it can be valves or valve seats or any other leakage. Then how you can get the 40s, or we can determine its time to make a compression loss test. You will get a blowing noise in the intake manifold. When you accelerate your vehicle, you will get a blowing noise. When you get a blowing noise while you are accelerating on the intake manifold, you will get that it is time to perform your compression loss test. Blowing noise at oil filter, check or neck, or blowing noise in the spark plug holes. When also you get a blowing noise, a noise in the oil filter necks at the tops, on the neck of oil filter or on the spark plug holes, something like a gap could happen. Therefore, you need to make a compression loss test and get if your measurements are correct. Or even you can get bulbs, air bulbs in the radiator filler necks. You have to open your radiator, then get if at the top there is the bulbs. Also, you will need to perform a compression loss test. Then let's get the practice on how to perform compression loss tests. Let's perform a compression loss test as you have seen. Here there is the tools that you will need. We have different sockets. Those sockets depend on the size of your engine valves. I mean your engine spark plugs. You get they are of different size. You will get an engine which will fit with this one or to the biggest one. You have here this cable. Also, we have here this pressure unit or measurement. You get it is in bars and PSI. Then you have to pull up this lock, then you insert this cable, then you move down. You will take those sockets. When you don't know how big is your spark plug, you will start by the first one by checking which one will fit to my spark plug place, because you have to perform this test on petrol engine but on the place where they are the spark plug. But remember, before performing this test, your engine should not run. The reason why we start by removing those fuels which will cause the engine to run and remove all spark plug socket. Yes, we remove your spark plug socket and put them away so that no spark will be generated. Also remember to disconnect the fuel pump. Also you will need a spark plug wrench or spanner. Then you will start by opening the first cylinder, the next up to the last one. You will also need where to write down the measurement you get so that you will not confuse it. The measurement from the first cylinder to the last one. You start by writing first cylinder or first piston. Then you open after removing the spark plug. You will put it aside. Then remove also the second one. Put them on a line, because also the problem of compression loss can be found even when you have misfiring. Misfiring will be found on those spark plugs. When there are two sockets here at the top of these spark plugs, also it can cause your engine to lose power. Yes, this is the fourth spark plug because our engine is four cylinder. Then the next step is to try to start your engine by full throttle opening. Means you fully throttle opening, then you open your engine. Try to imagine that is 10 engine revolution. Then you insert your compression loss test socket in the first cylinder. You did by your hands. You try to fix it like a spark plug so that there is no loss of compression. You tightly close your socket, then you insert your gauge, then you take in front of you. Then let's ask our driver to start our engine while he fully open the throttle valve and try to crank to 10 revolution. Let's start. Crank the engine while you fully open the throttle valve. Hold on. You get here, this needle is moving. Yes, stop. You get here, it get 6 bars. The first cylinder gets 6 bars. You write it down. Then the next step is to change in another cylinder. You insert your socket. You tight it correctly. After getting it is enough, you insert your test and take it in front of you. You have also to start your engine while you fully open the throttle valve. Yes, start. Yes, stop. Yes, you get here, it get 4.5 bars. The second cylinder get 4.5 bars. Remember to remove the pressure inside here while you are going to perform another test. Remember to do this by order so that you will get which cylinder have a problem. Then you start a process by cranking your engine while you fully open the throttle valve. You start. Yes, stop. Stop, please. You get now your pressure get in 7 bars. You remove the pressure and note down what you get on the third cylinder. You get 7 bars. You have to remove your test and try to remove again this socket on the third cylinder to the last one as fourth. So let's jump on the fourth cylinder. The procedure is the same. Remember to know if you remove the first pressure, So let's start the engine while the throttle valve is fully open. Let's crank. Yes, stop. Stop, please. Yes, you get even here, it get 5 bars. Means the fourth one cylinder have 5.5 bars. Means we get that the first cylinder have 6 bars, the second one 4.5 bars, the third one 7 bars, while the fourth ones have 5.5. When you take a comparison between those bars, you get this second cylinder is getting low bars. Means this second cylinder can have a problem in compression loss test. Then how we will test? We will take engine oil, which is equal to the oil our engine consume. Then try to insert them. Then when you try a measurement and you get this 4.5 increased, means you will know that it is the problem of compression rings on the third, on the second cylinder. If you get so, means you will get engine overhauling and replace those seals. But remember also, when you make engine overhauling, the piston rings also have to be removed and replaced. Therefore, because the second one have a problem, also it will cause other piston rings to be removed and replaced. So this is the conclusion of our compression loss test. We get that our engine have a problem on the second cylinders. Therefore, we need to perform engine overhauling and replace all those piston rings, so that our engine will no longer lose its compression power. So this is the end of our session. But take in mind that our purpose was to delivering a compression loss test, to follow all procedures and to know all tools and material that you will need for performing our compression loss test. This session was delivered to you by Patrick Shimwe, a trainer in Licedo RUHANGO-IKIREZI, Emerald Intwari TVET School. See you in next session. Thank you for your kind attention.
Mubyeyi, urifuza guteganyiriza umwana wawe ejo heza? Gana mu mashuri ya apejerwa ariyo Licedo RUHANGO-IKIREZI hamwe na Emerald Intwari. Muri Licedo RUHANGO-IKIREZI tubafitiye amashami akurikira: Culinary Art cyangwa se ibijyanye n'ubutetsi, hari level 1, level 3, level 4 ndetse na level 5. Food and Beverage Services tubafitiye level 3, level 4 ndetse na level 5. Tubafitiye kandi Accounting cyangwa se ibaruramari level 3, level 4 ndetse na level 5. Tubafitiye n'ubukanishi bw'amamodoka mu byiciro bikurikira: Auto Engine Technology level 3, Auto Transmission and Control System Technology level 4, Automobile Transmission and Control System Technology level 5. Tubafitiye n'ubwubatsi, Masonry level ya 3, level ya 4 ndetse na level ya 5. Tubafitiye Tourism, ubukerarugendo level ya 3, iya 4 ndetse n'iya 5. Turabibutsa ko tubafitiye n'icyiciro rusange Tonkome. Naho muri Emerald Intwari tubafitiye amashami y'umwaka umwe akurikira: Automotive Technology, ubukanishi bw'amamodoka level ya mbere, Hairdressing, ubwiza no gutunganya umusatsi level ya mbere, Tailoring, ubudozi level ya mbere, Masonry, ubwubatsi level ya mbere. Muri aya mashuri yombi tubafitiye abarimu b'inzobere, harimo n'abaturuka hanze y'igihugu. Tubafitiye kandi n'amacumbi y'abakobwa ndetse n'ay'abahungu. Abanyeshuri bacu bakora ingendo shuri mu gihugu ndetse no hanze yacyo. Tubaha umwanya wo kwimenyereza umwuga mu bigo bijyanye n'ibyo biga. Dukorera kandi graduation abanyeshuri basoje amasomo yabo. Aya mashuri aherereye mu mujyi wa Ruhango hafi ya gare. Ku bindi bisobanuro mwaduhamagara kuri 0788366219 cyangwa se 0722356668. Mwanaduhamagara kandi kuri 0788366213 cyangwa se 0788202285. Mwanadusura kuri website y'ishuri www.apejerwa.ac.rw. Umurimo ukozwe neza utuma batugirira icyizere.